here's my plan. Here's my summer. This is the problem for me in the summer.
All right.
And what's cool is we're at that point in the summer where I'm going to start hitting that arc, you know? I'm going to start getting it done.
Yeah.
I need to be more aquatic this summer.
Yeah, okay.
I've been dry on land in the sun. And this is a real issue for me.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say take a bath.
Well, I was thinking it's kind of hard for you to take a bath. I assume you probably shower maybe less than normally because I saw
what does that mean?
You wash your clothes in the tub.
I wash my clothes in the tub.
You clean the tub more than a regular person, so your tub's extra clean. So whenever someone comes over and they want to shower, it's good. But I just
but you don't think I have what it takes for a bath? You don't think I deserve it?
Well, I think if you're gonna take a bath or a shower, you might as well just keep your clothes on. If you clean your body and your clothes in the same place, you might as well just keep it all on.
The problem is after that, you got to get right back to life. It keeps moving, it keeps going,
and you're sopping wet. But you were just telling me you didn't want to be dry anymore.
And it's important to have a friend to call out these old little conflictions in your plans that you don't even realize are happening.
Right.
Because although I did say I want to be more aquatic, this is not what I mean.
Yeah, you want to be more aquatic, but not sopping wet.
No, I have been sweating quite a bit though.
Yeah, I was sweating a lot today. It was like a war zone trying to get a blinker and some groceries. And you know what? The blinker on my car still doesn't fucking work.
The light bulb?
Yeah.
Did you put it in right?
What? How could you put it in wrong?
I don't know, but if it's not working, how does it? You think it's a wiring issue?
Probably. It's an old car.
Oh. So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna call it quits? You gonna call it
deal with it until a cop says, "Hey man, I've been seeing
you
you
got
with
a tail
that."
light out.
Oh what?
You got a tail light out.
You do?
Yeah, but the whole it's like a big fixture. It's like $600.
No way.
Yes, I went in there and I asked them for the part, and they're like, "We don't even have it, but I guess we could get it $600."
Look for it on. See how much it goes for on Rock Auto.
There's some other
Rock Auto.
It's just it's always something.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts when something comes up? You're like, something again?
Yeah. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is financials and rent.
Yeah.
It's hard to get bread up sometimes.
It is hard to get bread up.
It's a gradual thing. It takes some time. And I was just, I guess, I was like, oh, rent's going to come up in a couple weeks. So, I'll be ready for that, though, I assume.
It keeps coming.
I'll be ready.
So a lot of it's connections, who you know.
It is.
What you can squeeze out of them. Do you know anybody that's extra aquatic? Anyone that's got some jet skis or some wakeboarding equipment?
No.
Or I'll go the other route. Someone super tropical.
No. I don't know anyone like that.
If you have any tropical viewers,
reach out.
A lot of people aren't reaching out, and I'm becoming a little frustrated.
Yeah, you can comment
We're
on
putting
the
the comments down
on
there
the Spotify
for you guys to reach out.
Yeah, that's what the comments are for.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruby.
And the fact, Ruby, how you doing? Ruby's doing good. Ruby's here with us. It's
it's a fine day.
It's a cloudy Thursday, but it's warm, and I'm feeling maybe a nice sunset, but maybe not.
Yeah, it was pretty cloudy today.
Pretty cloudy, but
a mix of rain and sunshine, which is interesting.
Every day's kind of a mix,
Yeah.
Give a little, you take a little. What'd you take today? Who'd you take from?
I guess I didn't take from Aldi because I bought from Aldi.
You bought this time.
What did I take from today? Shit.
No, it doesn't have to be even an item. Sometimes you're just like, get out of here, man.
Well, I took time with a wounded hand because it likes to steal.
You have a wounded hand? What's it called when you can't stop stealing?
Kleptomaniac?
Yeah.
Can't stop shoplifting and whatnot?
I always think that one's the clean one.
No, that's hypochondriac.
No, that's fear of holes or spiders or something.
That's arachnophobia.
What's the holes one?
Agoraphobia? I'm going to look that up, actually, because I don't know what agoraphobia is.
Producer of the year. And you actually went to college for
2 years.
Huh. College for
2 years.
Huh.
No, actually, agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder characterized by intense fear and avoidance of situations where escape might be difficult or help might not be available. I could have that sometimes.
Agoraphobia.
Fear of holes.
What is that? Agoraphobia is a fear of a situation that might happen.
It just sounds like anxiety.
Sounds like fear.
Trypophobia is the fear of holes.
Mm.
Trypophobia, I don't know.
Arachnus.
Characterized by intense fear.
I guess
basically,
I'm an agoraphobe.
You don't want to get in situations you can't get out of. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people can.
So those people just never take risks in their life.
There's that.
Just
and
stay
also,
comfortable.
There are a lot of people who just
they just come up with these terms to make us feel like
I feel like a lot of
I'm
people
an agoraphobe. I'm not going out.
They get themselves into situations where they can't escape. It's most of the time. I don't know about most of the time, but a lot of the time it's like they put themselves there and they don't even realize it.
Example.
I'm not giving an example.
Give an example.
I have friends.
Give a broad example.
Let's say I don't know. We're all out having a good night,
right.
And I'm maybe not me. So yeah, let's
it's
say
you.
I'm somebody's ride home, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to stay out, man. Yeah. Or no, I don't want to go home, man. Let's keep this rolling.
Yeah,
and your friend's like, hey, man, my friend, I guess, my friend's really tired. He's like, hey, man, I really need to get some sleep. I work in the morning. I'm like, no, dude. We still have a whole bag left.
We have a whole bag. We had a whole...
The night is young. It's fucking 5
We got a satchel
a.m.
worth. We got a satchel worth, and it's like you're just going to dip out now?
Yeah.
Plus, you're the ride, so they can't leave. Is that what you're saying? So
I'm the ride, so they can't leave. So this would be an agoraphobic situation.
But then in that situation, you just go, what are you, an agoraphobe? And then they kind of laugh it off. You guys, you get back to having a good time.
Yeah.
And they can stay out a little. It's like you're doing something. What are your thoughts?
Well, not if they got work in the morning.
But I've
stayed up pretty late.
And then you can wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Coffee. What's your morning routine, Trevor?
I wake up.
When do you wake up?
Lately, because I work the midnight and I go to bed at around 5:30 or 6.
The midnight means that's just a term in the package world.
Shift.
It works right around midnight.
But I'll maybe on like a good day where I won't have to take a nap after is like if I wake up around like 1 or 2. That's like that I've gotten enough sleep. Okay. After that, I will perhaps get the camera running to rip a video.
Rip a
cig. No, I'm just kidding. That's just pretty funny.
He's not for that. He's not for that. Stuff's
coffee, the breakfast situation, maybe watch something.
No, what do you
maybe Dr. Katz. Or maybe sit on the porch and listen to music. Okay. Usually it involves drumming right after. Sometimes it's I'm still trying to. I really want to try out like just going straight from bed to drumming. I did that one morning and I was just like really tired and maybe it wasn't a good idea or I didn't get enough sleep. But it'd be fun just to wake up and then play drums.
Yeah. But then you're a little thirsty.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like wake up, coffee, breakfast, drums, edit the videos.
Oh, that's a whole
Let's see
thing,
what else.
yeah.
That's like on a good day that's a good day for me.
Sometimes I find I just do the whole setup. I do the whole wake up, eat, drink the coffee. Yeah. And then I'm like, I can't wait to get started.
Yeah.
And then a couple hours go by. And then I'm like, maybe I missed my chance to really jump in and get started.
You really think that sometimes?
And then I'm thinking, I'll wait till tomorrow. Yeah, you don't feel that ever?
There's no like you don't ever like miss the chance to like get up and like do something.
Of course not actually. But yeah, I've definitely felt like that before. You're just like
it's like, oh well, I could have gotten a lot of shit done now.
Now
so why start it? I don't know. I don't agree with that. Really.
No, it's not good. It's not a good mindset. But are you big on routine? You do the same shit often?
It's hard to say, but like it's basically, yeah.
It's annoying.
I like routine.
You got to come up with a whole new day.
I think like David Lynch was like really big on routine for like the creative mindset, and I like agree with that sort of perspective he had. I think that was really interesting, but also I think also like a change in routine just like randomly can be really good for someone. Of course, like that's just like, I mean maybe that's to just like get out of your normal thing, maybe just experience something else. But I understand what David Lynch was talking about, which is like just doing the same thing every day, just like drinking the coffee, eating the food, and just like thinking and like being able to just access that sort of part of your brain.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like towards by the time he's doing that, he's probably just in his head a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah,
he's also been described as the most like alive person I've ever met.
I can always get into it sometimes. Yeah. And it's like, but I mean, I don't know. Do you really believe that you just sit down with the coffee and you can do it every day? Like eventually it feels like, I know, but a lot of people are like just doing the setup. I mean, they're just doing they'll get the coffee, they'll sit down, and then they have no idea what. I think in some ways we've been sold the idea that it's like something's going to come to you. Yeah. And that's true in some sense, but it's like you do have to start the thing. And you do have to like go out and like do different things to have like, I guess, more ideas. Yeah. Or more inspiration. Yeah. Of some sort. Yeah, and then you think you know a lot of, or you think you have a bunch of ideas, but then you go to articulate them. You're like, I got 4 ideas. Yeah. I have 4 ideas, and I'm, I think some people are rolling around with half an idea, and it's like, oh, jeez, they're just throwing it out. They're like, and then they're still in the amazement of ideas. They're like, this thing I found, it's an idea. Someone came up with it. We got Jesse coming in today, and he's a great talented guy. He plays the saxophone, and I think he does a bit of video editing too. Video editing, maybe a little bit. Yeah, he sent me one video of a set I played with him. That's cool. So then that's a video, and he probably edited it. Yeah, he plays. So he sent it right over to me. He plays in Cellar Dweller and Dairy Family. Yeah. I think it was the first time someone else edited my footage, because he edited it and they put it up. Now, how'd you feel about it? I thought it was a little resentment. No, I think that's cool. Is it gonna be awkward when he comes in here? Like, dude, you did a better job than me. He did it get the. That's gotta feel weird. It was like running at like a smoother pace than my videos normally run, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, but hey, no, I got the Firewire. So you got the Firewire. We're rolling. You finally figured that out. I mean, that was. No, it's interesting because it's like the idea is to get like the highest quality possible image from your digital DV cam, but like I don't know, like why do people like use those old cameras to begin with? It's because it looks like old and like shit. Sure. So so you think you've lost that? Have you lost something? I just think it's just interesting to think about, because I still like how like my videos look like before now, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even though they're not like as like high quality as they could be, but I don't know. I just think it's the whole thing is silly. It's silly that it took me this long to get it working. Yeah. But I'm really happy now. Yeah. I'm editing a lot. Is that why you use the cameras? Because it looks shitty? No, I think they're really cool. They're fun machines? I think they're really fun machines. They are cool. You come up with stuff. But like Ben did come home with like a camera, a VHS-C camera that he bought. I think it was actually this one right here. But he came home with it, and he just played it on my grandma's CRT TV that I had in my room. I was watching that thing was awesome. But I was just like, man, I just liked how smooth it was running. Basically, like I just thought like I thought everything should kind of look like that from now on, at least on my end. Yeah. Do you think you can get there with a digital camera? What do you mean? Whatever the things are that I'm describing. Yeah, can you get there with a? Yeah, because I think what I feel with it is just like everything feels tangible to me. Like everything about it, like the tape is tangible. And I think the video you're watching, it feels like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it also has to do with like me growing up, like watching VHS tapes and on that like old TVs like that. In my mind, I think like with a digital camera, like holding it like your DSLR or whatever, like I can really. It's mirrorless. Whatever, but it's still a physical thing. Yeah. You know. But but the biggest argument for those in my mind is that you end up actually using it, just because it's more interesting and. cooler to hold. Like, I have the camera all the time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could use it, and I used to use it all the time. And I still use it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I want to do too many other things. So I've been looking for something I can just hold.
Yeah.
That has, like, the best of everything, but...
so far, the Sony cam is, like, basically that for me.
What
it's
is
like
the Sony cam?
That's the one I'm using the FireWire with. It's, like, the only one that'll work, basically.
Is that mini DV?
Yeah. It's that one that had all the demo shit on
How
it.
small is it?
It's, like, this big.
And hold it up for the viewer, please. A little
well,
respect.
okay, so with the
camera yes.
Sorry, with the giant ass battery I got, it's more like this. But I kind of like how it feels. It kind of levels it out in a way.
Okay. Yeah, a little weight's nice, but I want something I can just carry around, you know?
No,
something
it is.
I can just,
it is. I was carrying that thing around.
Well, I know you were carrying it around, but I want something I can just carry around, you know?
Yeah.
Something I can just...
I don't know. I like it's something that I can hold. I could not shoot bands on like a camera like what you have. They would look like they would look fine, but like not.
No, yeah.
nearly
There's
as
like a
good as,
medium. There's a medium quality where it's just horrible. It just looks like real, and
yeah.
just the worst aspects of the thing is just what's showing.
Yeah.
But you know, it's also when you got a nice light, you're recording raw footage, and it's got all the information. It's cool to go back and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be whoa sometimes, you know, be like, whoa. Are you ever fascinated?
Yeah.
Recent fascination. Let's go. We got Jesse coming in a second. It's gonna be a good time. He plays the saxophone, and a lot of people have been, you know, speaking down on his name.
No, nobody's been doing that. But a big whoa moment. I was watching back at the Feeble Little Horse footage from the basement. There are like audible moments where I am either like immediately laughing after or like being like, oh, like just like my like, because they were just so good. Yeah. And I still feel that way watching back too.
That's good.
Yeah.
So our content is pretty timeless, is what you're saying. Did you look at that other footage that we shot?
The music video footage for Sync?
No, the other thing.
What?
The other show we shot at Roomba. I want to say Roomba.
I haven't looked at.
What the hell, man?
I haven't looked at your footage, but yeah, I was looking at mine. I already know.
Self-obsessed. How's the music video footage?
I didn't look at that either.
Well, he's hard at work. And
I'm still digitizing the tapes. I was like, oh, I hope.
What is this FireWire for?
That's what I'm doing it, man. I was like, oh, I'm picking out these tapes. I hope this one's Simon's. And I was also thinking like, oh, I hope I have all the tapes.
And you're like, phew, it's mine.
Yeah.
Now I can do.
No, I want to see what it looks like, and I want to see what because Simon shot the new Sync music video.
Right, man.
It's coming out.
I think I missed the.
You look cool with a standing back there with the camera and cigarette.
Yeah, man, I was trying to get the driving out shot, and you guys just weren't having it.
We don't need a driving out shot. We did everything.
You have a driving in shot with the motorcycle.
No, that's different.
No closure to the whole thing.
There is closure.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Scuff the walking in shot.
I'm gonna be
for sure. I think I was like, did I not record that? Everything else, great.
Yeah. Next time that happens, you gotta say something, man.
I said let's redo it, and then we did redo it.
No, sooner though.
I was saying it. I was spreading the word around set. I don't know if it got to you. I was like, that one scene though, probably should redo that one.
Right.
They're like, yeah. It was a consensus. I don't know if you felt it. It might be your director instincts. You just weren't on point that day. I don't know. Were you a little foggy? What was going on that day?
I had a lot of brain fog.
A lot of brain fog that day, and that's why we have our sponsor, BetterHelp. Talk that out, you know. Jesse's coming in, and you know maybe he's got some stuff he's got to work out, and we gotta give him the space to do that. We're not gonna shame him. We're not gonna laugh at him.
No, absolutely not. I'm excited to talk to him. I've met him a couple times, and he's very nice.
Glowing review from Trevor.
The Acorn Archive.
Jesse, how are you doing?
Good, Simon. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I was saying, I don't know how you feel about this. We're trying to get more aquatic. Have you been mostly on land this summer?
Yes, but I'm gonna go to sea soon.
You're going out to sea.
I'm gonna go see the penguins.
They're pretty far away, are they not?
I'm gonna see them at I think the Cincinnati Zoo.
Oh, that's not.
So it's out by the water, you know.
It's out by the water. Maybe you'll
Yeah.
see it, and seeing the waves is kind of nice, you know.
Yeah, but I love penguins.
Penguins. What really speaks to you about them?
They're
I mean,
cute.
this time of year.
This time of year, any time of the year. They're my favorite animal, actually.
What is the motivation behind this? You like them sliding around?
They're kind of the best, you know. In first grade, I had a class about penguins and learning how to draw penguins, and that's when I fell in love with penguins.
Do you think we're lacking a penguin-based curriculum nowadays?
A little bit, you know. Pesto.
Pesto.
You like Pesto the penguin?
Pesto. I'm not familiar. I was.
No? He was a giant baby penguin that was bigger than both of his parents. Yeah.
And that's fame will get to you. You know.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Pesto? Did you ever?
No. He's a legend, but he had all of his baby fur, you know, and then he eventually shed it all.
He shed it off.
So now he's just a regular penguin.
Okay, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
It sucks because now no one cares about him. Sort of. It's like you lose your thing. Okay, on to the next guy.
Yeah, we forgot about him.
Well, you didn't.
No.
It's good you're spreading the word.
No. Do you like penguins?
Penguins, I'm for them.
Okay.
But nothing speaks to them. It just doesn't. I don't have that connection. The same.
It kind of sounds like you don't really like penguins.
I kind of don't like penguins. You know, I'm kind of anti-penguin. And I'm just. My curriculum was very heavy penguin. It was heavy penguin based. You know. Yeah. And it's just kind of touchy. I was saying I wanted an aquatic summer, but I wasn't saying I wanted a cold summer.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to the beach?
Beach. Not a big beach guy because the sand is all, you know, it's all out there.
It's a lot of it.
It's a lot of it. It gets hot and stuff. And then I got to buy some sunglasses.
Yeah, or goggles?
Goggles, too. Goggles are good.
Yeah. So
I got some goggles on hand.
You do?
I do have the essentials. It's just sunglasses I don't have.
Those are pretty crucial.
Are you a goggle guy? You like to see what's going on?
I goggle.
Are you interested in, like, what's going on in there? What's your take? What do you think is going on in there?
In the goggles?
No, just under the, you know, in the big body of, in the huge. It's kind of like an ecosystem down there, you know.
Yeah, I think there's actually a ton of creatures in there. Aliens, perhaps.
That would freak me out.
You know, we're always looking out upward.
Upward, but downward could be just as frightening.
Yeah, there's so many things down there we don't even know about.
There's a lot of things I don't know about, you know.
I believe that.
Now name a couple things you know just a little bit about.
I know penguins.
Yeah.
I know burgers.
Okay.
I know saxophone.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about burgers?
I love burgers.
So do I, man.
Dude,
They're great.
Don't get me started on burgers. I
want to hear all about it.
I like, you know, all burgers.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All burgers are pretty good. They're hard to mess up.
What if
Think
it's
so?
Yeah.
what if it's like human meat? That would be messed up.
Human
right?
meat, I might pass on that
You
one.
might pass on that one. What if there
Right.
was American cheese on there or cheddar, a nice slice of it?
You know, Americans good, cheddar's good.
What
Sounds
what
good.
temp are you eating?
What type of burger?
What temp?
What temp?
Temperature.
Medium rare.
Okay, that's great.
You got to go medium rare.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep. Especially
burger?
Well, he's bold. Yeah, that's awesome.
I never even. You just cook it. A hamburger. You just cook it till it's done being cooked.
I'm a medium guy myself.
What do you mean?
Medium rare is great though.
You mean like a thick burger?
Yeah. You know when you go to a restaurant and you get a burger
And
and
it's
they
huge?
ask you if you want A little pink.
Sometimes,
or no pink?
like I read Robin, yeah, they'll say like pink or no pink.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not a steak. Just cook it.
No.
Cook it. My take is cook it.
It is cooked, but not too cooked.
Not too cooked. What's too cooked for you? It loses.
If it's no pink, it's too cooked.
Now, how long do you cook a human meat burger for? You know. And what
That's
are you
a good
putting that? Are
question.
you putting that in a bun, or are you doing like a sourdough type of thing?
A bun.
Yeah. You never go the sourdough route.
No.
Not for you, huh?
I like sourdough, but I don't think I've
You
got
separate it. It's not.
Yeah, but equal.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. It's all made out of the same stuff.
Yeah.
We all are.
What kind of burgers do you like?
Cheese.
Ham.
One of my favorites was it was a hamburger with avocado crema, like pickled red onions, lettuce, tomato, and then like pepper jack. Like that's a good one. That's like a Southern California burger. if
That
you
sounds
will.
great.
Avocado on a burger's great. Like a steakhouse burger's great always. Bacon mushroom Swiss is awesome.
Trevor spends a lot of time in steakhouses. He's kind of in the corporate world.
Yeah, I'm not big on steaks.
You're kind of more of a local guy. You're not so
Yeah,
corporate, you know.
I'm
Kind of a local
kind of-
hamburger, just kind of the working man. Trevor would look down on you, unfortunately. If
I'm
he was
down
with
to
his other
earth.
friends, you know,
Yeah.
just out of the steakhouse. But in this room, we're all friends, you know. We all see each other as equals. Do you understand that, Trevor?
Oh yeah, I understand completely. And even if you eat a well done burger,
Yeah.
whatever, that's fine.
Well done,
We'll
I mean-
all wait. We'll all wait for your well done burger.
Just cook it until it's done being. You know, when you cook.
When someone says they want it well done, they basically just want it like just really,
Well,
really.
I'd like it
freaking
well done.
I would like it burnt. I don't know, not burnt, but it well done is not that good.
Well done's hard. It's chewy. It's tough.
And that's life, you know. It's symbolic. I don't know why you're trying to run away from that. Okay, before it gets too challenging, go ahead and stop it and serve it to me.
You know, I am very indecisive.
Yeah,
You
I think
know.
we all are. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of.
I don't like to be very
What are you having
opinionated.
trouble figuring out?
Money.
Oh, and it's like, where's it at? All around.
Where
you,
is it?
You know,
It's everywhere.
it's every.
I can't find it.
How have you managed?
I manage all right. You know, I do okay.
Stealing? You ever stealing?
You know, I've never really stolen.
Never
anything.
stolen. So how are you getting by? What's going on?
I'm an honest man, you know.
Well, we had some comments and we weren't so sure.
What comments?
We'll get into it later, but we took them down.
Who said? Did someone say something about me?
They were saying maybe, you know, where's he? He has this luxurious lifestyle. They were kind of questioning how you're managing that.
Was it Nico?
He was saying some stuff, and we don't want to out him. You know,
I have some beef with Nico.
And let's break it down because he was saying a lot of stuff
So
about you. I
I
think it's
was-
only fair.
I watched this episode.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his fire truck incident,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Yeah, I was listening to music, you know, not that loud. I wasn't distracted or anything. I only listened to music medium loud, regular.
And I found that hard to believe because a fire truck is pretty loud, right?
Fire trucks are very loud. Also, I'm in a band with Nico.
Yeah.
I'm driving with him every weekend.
Yeah.
He does not play it medium loud.
No, his medium is maybe well done.
He listens to music well done. It's at least medium loud.
And that's maybe could be his downfall. Do you have the heart to break that to him, or maybe you
I
just
didn't.
did? I guess you just did.
I knew, you know, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I had to out him.
And I think that's only fair because a fire truck not only is it big, it's pretty loud as well. And they have those JBLs on there. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Lights,
Yeah, and
flashing lights.
you're pro like fire trucks, right? Fire ambulances.
Can you be pro fire truck if you're a cab?
I don't know. Trevor?
What does that mean?
Break it down.
What does that mean?
A cab, it's like they pick you up. A lot of days it's Uber nowadays. It's Uber, Lyft. But you're saying
I make an exception for fire trucks.
I think if you're driving a cab, you are going to be the most annoyed by them, you know?
Yeah. I guess so.
You're always in traffic, and then they just come blazing through.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
It can't be that bad. I'm sure they're used to it.
Well, the gig economy is rough on everybody. It's not just... Do you guys not feel the same way? This is not... No just nothing?
Who takes cabs anymore?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of days it's Uber. It's just all these apps. Everything's an app.
I can't afford Uber.
I can't. I just want the basic, you know... If I call the fireman, I want him to do his job, you know? I don't want him to you know, hit my friend, even though it's his fault and he's in the way. You know, he was listening to music too loud. It still stands that that's not what they signed up for. Thoughts?
I'm completely with you.
I'm glad. That's kind of why we brought you in today. Because it's been rough. It's been just...
Because you're agreeable. That's not actually what.
I am agreeable.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever agreed with, man? Just whoa, just like that was you know.
This
you know.
podcast.
Yeah. That's a start.
Well, you're trying to sell all those tickets, and if you want to go ahead and plug that now, you can. He'll be on tour. Jesse, what was the website domain?
Jesse is cool.
.weebly.com, and check him out. He's got dates coming up, I think, in Arkansas and Wisconsin.
Yes.
So you're doing this, if I remember correctly, you're doing like a one-man band type of thing? You're trying to start something up? You're trying to start maybe like a...
You know who Jacob Collier is?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to do that, but like times 20.
Times 20.
You actually have a gig in Wisconsin and Arkansas?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That's where my family's from, actually.
Okay, cool. I thought he was just pulling up two random states.
Trevor never has any faith in me, as like he just thinks I'm pulling the shit out of him. I mean, it's just like...
Well, you're just so funny.
I do research ahead of time. I'm not...
It's like the first or second line on my Wikipedia.
And we did bring you in here because
if you just read it,
you know, I'm trying to get out of the city, so I'm seeing if maybe we could set something up out there.
Yeah,
you know?
Where are you trying to go?
Wisconsin, maybe Arkansas, and oh my God, wait a minute, your family's from there.
Yeah,
that's maybe we could set something up, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay, yeah, let's chat about that.
So your childhood, we want to dive into that. Just get a summary of this whole thing. Just kind of feel it out.
We do?
Was it a positive or a negative?
Oh, okay. You know what? It was good.
Yeah. Take us through it from the start, you know.
My first memory.
Yeah.
Me and my sister were in this pool in Florida. Actually, I was born in Florida.
Shallow end, deep end.
Shallow.
Okay.
It was one of those kids' pools, so it was like inflatable.
On the grass.
And my dad just poured like, sink water into it, and then we sat in it on the porch, and there were these ants coming towards us.
Yeah, and they were your father's sisters or your mother's sisters?
They were the Earths.
Oh no,
from
these
the
are just
ground.
little creatures.
These are
walking
ground
around.
ants.
They were in the tub with you?
They were coming towards us.
Whoa.
And we would splash the water and get them to go away.
So you're a violence kind of guy.
Even
from the first memory, it was just... But defending yourself, it's not...
Yeah.
It has to have a meaning, That's family.
The stand your ground law in Florida?
Right.
That's where it started.
Were you on vacation?
No, I was born there.
You were born in Florida.
I was born in Florida.
Down
That's where
under.
my family's from, actually.
No, tell us all
Your
about it.
Your family's from Florida?
I was born there.
Okay. And your family's from Wisconsin and Arkansas?
No, they're from Florida.
Okay.
They have a residency in Wisconsin, Arkansas. Why are you getting into his past so much, It's kind of messed up.
It's
kind of messed up.
Gotta get it right.
We're going to ask about what was. But anyways, what was Florida like,
Hot. Like south. like, down.
How's the salsa down there? Is it any good salsa? Where in Florida were you, man?
I was born in Orlando, Florida.
Orlando.
Yep. Apparently, we went to Disney a lot.
Trevor, could you pull it up?
Orlando?
Yeah, pull up Orlando.
Now, were you a fan of it, or did it kind of?
We only stayed there for 2 years before we moved to like Ohio eventually.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember, but if I visited a couple years ago and it was hot.
A little too hot, a little too muggy.
Yeah.
When did you go?
I probably went like when I was in 10th grade. No, not 10th grade. When I was in 5th grade, and then maybe my senior year.
Now, what was the best
school.
grade?
The best grade I got was an A+.
No. The best year.
The best year was probably 2001.
Trevor? There's a
It
tragedy.
probably wasn't 2001, actually.
I mean, it was. Is this early 2001? Summer or fall?
Summer.
It was a good time. That was a good time.
That was a good time.
Everything was great.
Everything was awesome. Trevor was a fan of the fall.
Are you?
I wasn't conceived yet. So, I mean, maybe it would be. I don't really know what happened. Wait, whatever you're talking about.
When were you born?
2002, October 11th.
So there's no way you could have.
No way I could have known.
It's a good alibi, you know. It's
Yeah, it's a great alibi.
It's genius if you think about it.
When were you born?
1999.
What was it like back then?
Yeah,
man?
were you scared about Y2K?
The olden days? Were you freaked out?
I was freaked out at the age of 9 months old.
It's that is scary. You showed up right at the in your
Yeah.
mind. You're like, I showed up right at the end of it all.
It's just right when my fear sensors turned on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, whoa.
So you think even from the start there's this false flag sort of thing,
False flag,
you know,
propaganda,
Y2K, and then it's like
fear mongering.
a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and it's like, whoa, to the point where your first memory is now splashing. It's violence, basically violence.
Yeah. And I blame that on my dad.
Yeah, and we weren't gonna blame it on him, but we wanted to, you know.
Right.
He is coming on next week to give his side.
Okay. Yes.
I'm just kidding. He's not coming on. What's he like, man?
My dad's cool. My dad was he was born in Hong Kong, as was my mom. That's actually where they're from and their family's from. And he was an actor, actually. He went to film school, acting school.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an actor in like these kids shows, a couple dramas, some TV shows. And then he eventually became like a chef and like was filming his own TV show. So he had his own TV show in Hong Kong. It's like a cooking show.
That's cool.
So he had all these old cameras like these ones, and I would take them as a kid and play with them.
That's awesome.
And that's how I learned how to use cameras.
That's awesome.
Do you use cameras a lot still?
I use it for work.
Cool. What's your job?
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
I'm a video producer.
Oh, shit.
But not like a video producer. I'm like a media productionist at the State House.
The State House.
Yes.
For the state, you work for the state. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
No, what is that? You making? What are you doing? It's a little concerning.
So, like C-SPAN.
Yeah.
It's like the company is like called the Ohio Channel, but it's basically C-SPAN but for Ohio. So we're live broadcasting committees, press conferences, and then it's also kind of like PBS where you have educational programming.
Yeah.
So we'll film like short documentaries about Ohio history,
That's
art,
cool.
and culture. So it's a little bit of like the live stuff. It's a little bit of the filming documentaries and interviewing people. And it's like working.
What is the work
Yeah.
like? Is it like you show up every day to it?
You should probably show up most days.
No, most days, because then you got a good relationship with the people employing you. You got that real back and forth.
Yeah.
How often you working then?
5 days a week.
Wow, that's some good work then.
Yeah. It's a full-time gig. and I like it a lot.
Now, what's the best project, man? What's the best, state funded?
Actually, yeah, I worked on a short documentary about the Jazz Academy here in Columbus. It's called Columbus, Columbus Jazz Orchestra, Columbus Jazz Arts Group.
Yeah.
They have a really cool nonprofit jazz education for anyone, really. Kids, up to actually anyone could participate in it. But they have a bunch of cool nonprofit free educational programs, performances. They're linked up with the CJO, the Columbus Jazz Orchestra, so they put on some really cool performances and educate young kids and anyone about jazz.
That's awesome.
We're big jazz heads. Trevor's a big jazz head.
Yeah?
Yeah, you like the lounge lizards?
Lounge lizards? Yeah. They're cool. They're cool. I'm not super hip to them, but they're cool.
Not hip at all.
Like John Lurie, the best. Like the mastermind of it, because he's in so many other. He's done so many other things.
Oh, really? What else does he do?
All right, dude. He's got a show on HBO called Painting with John. And it's really, really cool. It's like, it's not like kind of like corny like Bob Ross's. It's very like, it's just very creative and cool. And he's also in like a couple other cool movies from like the late 80s, like because he was in like the New York art scene in like the late 80s, which I think is the most interesting to me personally. I think it's just really cool. So I'm just into him and all of his buddies basically. The Lounge Lizards are sweet.
Okay, cool. He's a jazz musician?
Yes, saxophone.
Okay. I'll have to check him out. Would you say he's your favorite jazz musician?
Like off the top of my head and like right now because he's like still around, but I like Woody Herman a lot too because I inherited a lot of Woody Herman records from my great uncle, so that's like a sentimental thing. But
yeah, he's like a big band kind of guy, right? Yeah.
Maybe less. That's like less.
No, it is definitely jazz. Yeah.
Break it down. I mean, really explain this whole thing to us.
So you got big band jazz like Woody Herman,
right?
Or like Count Basie, Duke Ellington, the likes of those. You got Charlie Parker,
right?
You know Charlie Parker?
Trevor?
No, I don't.
Come, he doesn't even know.
Dude, there's so much jazz out there. It's crazy.
You gotta check out Charlie Parker.
Even like the obscure stuff will just like blow your mind.
Yeah.
The great thing is everyone's playing the same songs.
Right.
That's the great. It's just everyone's take on the same stuff.
Yeah, like everybody's listening to Herbie Hancock. Not everybody, but
Herbie Hancock, man.
Who's Herbie Hancock?
It's like give us a deep cut, man.
Yeah.
Give us a deep cut.
Dude, have you heard Watermelon Man?
It's like jazz. Come on, it's not. It's awesome.
It's not even jazz at that point.
Dum. But anyways, give us some favorites of yours. I mean, some
favorite jazz musicians.
Yeah, the fellas that are really speaking to you.
I love Sonny Stitt.
Hmm.
He's a master of the saxophone.
I like that fella as well.
Yeah. Alto sax, tenor sax, bebop. He's the king. He's he's kind of like Charlie Parker. And a lot of people compare him to Charlie Parker, but he definitely has his own thing, especially in the later years of his career. He's just he was a prolific saxophonist.
Yeah.
So many recordings of him playing with everybody.
Yeah.
He's the perfect saxophonist.
Yeah, my favorite song when I was growing up was the Dizzy Gillespie and him, Sunny Side of the Street.
Yes.
It was a classic. That was like the first.
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Dizzy, man. You know about Dizzy?
Pull him up, Trevor. Pull him up.
Pull up Dizzy.
Good lesson for you.
Yeah.
Dizzy?
Dizzy.
Yeah,
Man.
Dizzy Gillespie.
How do you spell that?
It'll come up.
You literally searched for it. I can
I've
see
searched it up before,
it's
man.
in your previously searched history.
Oh yeah, I think you've showed me him before.
And this fella, you drop the horn. It's whatever. It's like you just keep playing, and that's kind of showbiz. Do you agree with that? That's kind of showbiz. Kind of must go on, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes I like showbiz.
Yeah.
What do you like about showbiz?
What's really speaks to you about showbiz? I mean, it's kind of
Because I like talking about the idea of show business and like.
Yeah, it's a little hollow, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't scare you?
there's the business.
Oh man.
Just take a screenshot.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Last time he had a photo of Mark Wahlberg downloaded on the computer.
Yeah, I'm down. I like to download pictures on his computer.
Photos that really get him worked up, really get him going. And we want to know what gets you going. You know, a good session. You know, getting in there, playing some tunes.
I like tunes, some jam sessions.
Yeah.
You know, at a Dairy Family rehearsal, we'll often start rehearsal by just jamming.
Nice.
Someone will just start playing. In our last rehearsal, we got weird.
You get a little funky with it.
We often get funky.
Is it awkward now? You got too funky. The things between the group are like, how do we kind of see each other now?
Yeah, it's kind of like seeing someone naked.
Yeah,
You just kind of
I imagine that
can't really
must be
go
weird.
back from that.
And I imagine you guys can't go back from that. That's got to be uncomfortable, you know.
It's uncomfortable,
But
for
exhilarating at the same time. So it's
sure. Right.
that duality, you know. Did it bring out the best in you?
Oh yeah, we were.
I
very
imagine
excited.
it would. You're kind of vulnerable, but then you're also there's like that little extra flavor there.
Yeah, there was some spice. We just we took some risks.
Now, do you ever find your saxophone gets completely just, you know, doesn't cut through at all, and then you're like, you ever have those moments up there where you can't hear your saxophone?
Yeah,
And you're like, what am I doing?
especially when
what
it's
am I
like a
doing?
trumpet player.
Yeah,
I hate trumpet players.
I am
Yeah.
right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
And this fella, you know, his trumpet's a little messed up.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Trevor,
Why are you asking me?
well, I mean, what's wrong with it?
It's bent.
Jesse,
You know the story of the bent trumpet.
break it down. What happened, man?
So he had his trumpet on a stand at a gig,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure someone walked by or someone like knocked it off the stage.
right.
And it bent.
It
just like that.
You just kept playing it.
And he was like, you know what? Let me play this. Let me just see what it sounds like.
Yeah,
And it actually created a very unique kind of sound.
That's really
you liked it.
So he made his his
Trumpet.
trumpet. Yep, that's what that is. Bent.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos of him playing with live, and they put the microphone way above him,
Right.
so it's not barely in the shot at all. But
So do you find yourself like seeing people bending the shit out of their trumpet? Is this a trend that are people doing?
I would bend the shit out of trumpet.
now I think that was a little aggressive there. That could
I
be
said I would.
Why, man? I think they're fine how they are, you know.
Well, like we discussed, we're not big fans of the trumpet.
And you hate trumpet.
What's got you on saxophone, man? What led you down that route?
Okay, so my best friend in 6th grade, I
Yeah.
think, he was like, right before 6th grade, the summer, he was texting me. He was like, dude, you got to pick up the saxophone. Pick up the E-flat saxophone and join me in band class.
Yeah.
So I played a little piano, a little guitar, but not the saxophone. But I really wanted to be in my band class with my friend, my
Yeah.
best friend, Cameron. So, he got me to pick up the saxophone, and then I loved it.
So you'd really be nowhere without this Cameron character.
I would not be playing saxophone. I might not be playing music right now.
You
if
kind of
wasn't
owe it
for
all to him,
Cameron.
huh?
Yeah.
But do you plan on giving back at all?
Give him back?
Yeah, I mean, does he have a stake in that? I mean, you never would have even...
Well, he doesn't really play anymore.
Right, but it's... Sometimes the mentors in life,
Yeah.
it's important to, you know, reach out to them. How are they doing?
He's fine.
He might be fine, but maybe he's not. And he's coming in here next week, so we'll really get to the
God.
bottom of it. He's
Oh,
going to have
no.
some stuff to say about you, and then we're going to get Nico back in here. He's going to...
We're gonna sort it all out.
We get the roast of
Now let's
Jesse.
talk about you know, you said your favorite grade was like 2001,
My favorite grade.
and it's like, whoa, the tragedy is what came to my mind. But then we found out you were talking about summer.
Yeah. Oh, let's go back to that. My favorite grade was probably junior year of high school.
Okay.
This is my third year of doing marching band. Marching band really helped me, like, open up and meet new people. I was like definitely super introverted, but I kind of like learned how to make more friends and talk to people. So that was great. I had a lot of classes with a friend group that I developed, and I still hang out to this day. We call ourselves the Scooter Gang, the Skang, and we would ride on those.
Is that a slur, Trevor? Can you look that up?
Pull that up.
That was Skang.
Skang, SCA.
You just want to double check. We don't want to.
Oh, it's a little cool wolf emblem.
Oh, great! It's war. So you guys were just kind of war hawks.
Fighter Wing, the official website of the South Carolina Air National Guard.
Oh, they're just
Oh, South Carolina Air National Guard.
They're just looking out.
Oh, that's where my family's from.
That's great. So it's a lot of family pride in this friend group. Did it remind you sort of like of the community you once had with your family that you'd lost over the years?
Yeah.
And that must have been nice.
Yeah. No, it was nice. These are my my best friends. Basically.
Did you guys have scooters, or what was going on?
So I had 2 scooters. Me and my sister had one.
Yeah. What kind of scooter? Are you talking Razor?
Razor scooters.
Okay.
Ankle breaking Razor scooters.
Okay. Are you guys doing long commutes with that sort of thing, or is it?
You can pick up some speed on those.
Okay. I mean, I'm not doubting you.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting you.
Yeah, but we would just hang out, ride our scooters, shoot the shit.
And then what all went wrong? You guys still close? You guys still ride around?
Yeah,
or?
we're still tight. We're all grown up now.
Right, and that'll happen.
We don't really ride our scooters anymore.
What have you lost that sort of childlike wonder, that joy that? Let me ask you this: when the first snow falls in winter, are you filled with joy, or is it just nothing, a numbness?
Can you repeat the question?
When you're at the top of the roller coaster, you got your friends around you, do you still get that sense of like, what is all this,
Yeah. I like roller coasters.
Now, how do you handle that? I mean, that's got to be pretty intense, because not only do you like the coaster, but then on the other hand, you got all this anxiety,
Yeah. I have anxiety.
It's almost over. It's almost over.
It's a risk that you have to take.
Trevor?
Yeah, I would agree. You got to put yourself in. You
got to put yourself out there.
Uncomfortable situations. We were just talking about agoraphobics.
Yeah, agoraphobic. Trevor's agoraphobic. I was saying you got to get out there, man.
I haven't seen you outside.
Yeah, I don't get out much, man. I'm in the computers.
He's in much. He's editing a lot,
Hmm.
in the studio, dark room.
Do you like roller coasters?
Yeah, I love roller coasters.
Let's get out there, Kings Island, tomorrow, man.
We went to a Six Flags in Texas, and we went at the top of this roller coaster. There was a Wile E. Coyote, and before the drop, there was a sign that said, "Wait, let's discuss this." And then
that's funny.
That's pretty funny.
And there's no stopping at that point. That'd be ridiculous.
No, yeah, that was cool.
That was good.
It also reminds you that sometimes conversation is just frivolous. It's like
no, we're going down.
Yeah, there's no stopping this. Or is there? Is it all mindset? Is it all perspective? What are your thoughts?
It's kind of like an allegory for life, isn't it?
Allegory.
Yeah.
Roller coaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It things are going well, going up,
and
then you peak.
Yeah.
And it's all downhill.
Let me ask you this: where do you think you are in your roller coaster of life?
I definitely peaked.
You peaked.
Yeah, I was just thinking that today. I think I've.
You were thinking Jesse peaked.
No, I think I've peaked. I think it's not getting. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks. Because I can't just hang around a bunch of people who've peaked already. I'm gonna have to move on, and that's difficult for me. Because you want to really put your roots down in one place, and then you find out someone's already peaked. And if that's the case, what was the peak, man?
Oh, I don't know.
The Schulerman Files?
Yeah, that was a great interview.
It was great. The audio was great, man. I'm just worried about you. Don't you worry about this sort of thing? If the peak's behind you, what's ahead? Because there is more ahead. You're just pulling into the station. You're just waiting to get off. Like, all right.
I think it's
What's taking
just
so
smooth
long?
sailing from here, right?
Smooth sailing.
After the peak.
Yeah. You
At
just
this
kind of
point,
coast.
if you're after the peak, if you're just waiting in line, at that point it would have been better to fly off. You know, in hindsight, you're like, at least something would have happened.
I'm over at the hot dog stand. You know, I'm trying to get.
Yeah, we all get hungry. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm just trying to pay like $10 for water.
Yeah, $10 for water, Dasani, and you can't refill it.
You can't.
And these hot dogs are nothing crazy.
Nothing to write home about.
It all sucks, man. What are your thoughts? You holding out hope still?
Everything does mostly suck.
Oh, it's negative. I mean, that's pretty negative. You don't try to have a lot of it's perspective. A lot of life is perspective.
It's perspective.
Huh?
I think it all started when I was in that pool with my sister.
Yeah, because fear.
Those ants.
Fear drives you to do some just horrible things.
Yeah.
Like what?
What's the worst thing that I've done?
Yeah.
That's a question.
It's okay. I mean, we're not gonna. That was you in the past. It must have been real bad. I mean, it must have been.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing legal, nothing, no real trouble. Yeah, it is.
Hmm.
It is because, you want to have a flashy answer.
Yeah. I think I've suppressed all those memories.
You suppressed them. All the ones where you hurt somebody. You just remember your own, and then you wah wah. And this is not you particularly. This is just everyone. It's just like
Yeah. This is.
you forget all the stuff you did. It's just wah. Trevor, do you find yourself whining a bunch?
It's not good to dwell on the past.
It's not good to dwell on the past, Jesse. Trevor, you were saying it's sometimes you gotta dwell on the past.
What?
You were saying that earlier. You're saying I've just been dwelling on the past, and I said, you can't be doing that, man. Jesse.
I do think he probably does that.
Yeah, and he does, and you do have to move on. But then there's also, do you ever miss that childhood of yours?
I miss that pool.
You miss that pool, but what about all the time after that? Up until now.
I fell off my bike once when I was
Yeah.
a kid. That was pretty cool, actually.
It's pretty cool. What happened? You break something?
I scraped my ankle pretty good,
Okay,
and I was
that
like
hurts.
a block or two, a couple houses down from my house.
So that's a journey. That's what I'm saying. It's better to fly off the top of the roller coaster, and then you're immediately off of it. You're on the ground. Everyone's, whoa, what's up with you?
No one saw me. I was all alone.
That's the worst. You don't even get the chance to, no one even saw.
Yeah, it was
Doesn't
pretty
count.
cool. I came into this little court,
Okay.
and I was turning. There's some gravel. I slipped.
That'll
Just-
happen. I mean, that
yep.
can happen to anybody. How old were you?
It's probably 12. No, I was probably 10.
Okay. Do you think today's 10-year-olds, are they doing better or worse? You think you were stronger?
No,
Okay.
I was pretty weak.
What was going on back then?
Well, I was riding my bike.
That's good. That's good exercise.
I was in 5th grade.
That's
I was learning guitar. I was going to school.
Are these your glory days, or do you just, it's in the past?
It's in the past.
You don't miss that desk and the smell of an eraser,
No.
Trevor?
I miss some things about 5th and 6th grade. Actually, not that. Maybe not that. Those are some awkward years.
Yeah.
A little strange, yeah.
But I guess I miss the feeling of that school for the most part. It was a newer school.
Newer school. It's all about the new. It's all about bigger and better. It's never about just having a nice place to everyone meets and we learn something, huh? Huh?
I don't know. It's just a nice school.
It's always about bigger. Let's get bigger and better.
Well, yeah. After that, it was we went to the junior high school, and then it was huge, and I didn't like it.
It's a little too much.
It was so
Everyone's
much.
no one knows each other, but everybody does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and your childhood friends are there too, but then there's like a bunch of others.
Yeah, and a lot of them suck. You know.
A lot of them suck. A lot of them you don't know. A lot of them you don't have courage to talk to. It was a big middle school.
Yeah, where'd you grow up?
Oh, it was in Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. A little outside of Pittsburgh. Yeah, that was a big inner city school. It was a good school.
Cannonsburg?
Yeah, we passed it. We always pass it on the way to Pittsburgh. We pass Cannonsburg, then we pass my house, then we go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you're gonna start repping P-Town, you know.
I have been. I love that city.
Rep P-Town, man. Not this Cannonsburg.
Should
we do a residency in Cannonsburg?
Well, I just there was one band from Pittsburgh that came by, and I was just like, I love Cannonsburg, and they're like, oh, I've never heard anyone say that. But it's just like where I hung out as a kid. That's where the pool was.
And we're trying to get more aquatic with this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you gotta set yourself up right in life. You gotta make those friends who got the dirt bikes and the jet skis. You just gotta. A lot of it's connections, being the right place, right time. You know.
Yeah.
Right place, right time. You gotta it's all kind of a chance, a rolling the dice. What are you hoping to land on? 10 years from now. I mean, where do you want to be?
10 years?
Set yourself up. What's gonna happen?
I have no idea. I think, I'll probably still be doing music.
Yeah.
I hope I'm still making videos.
Yeah.
Playing with cameras.
Yeah. Do you foresee any tragic accidents? Anything that's you've been scared of for a long time that you think might come true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something bad is gonna happen for sure.
And we're here for you when that does happen. You know, we might not be able to defend you publicly. That's just showbiz. But reach out to us. We're gonna be that ear that you need. You know.
Okay.
If something bad does happen.
Do you think this podcast is still gonna be around in 10 years?
I think it'd probably be.
Well, it might be archived. Yeah.
And that's the Acorn archive. This has
Right.
been episode 23. Jesse, are you down to do a little saxophone, a little performance, something
yeah,
like?
I'm down.
And this is like just a segment we do at the end with a little music, a little saxophone, a little performance.
Sure.
Okay, so you'd be playing.
Saxophone.
Jesse, thanks for coming on. Trevor, any final words to close us out? Anything to?
Are you standing or sitting?
Yeah, you stand
Whatever
or
you want me
sit?
to do.
What's more comfortable for you?
Probably standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
That was awesome.
Sure, sure.
That was awesome. That was so cool.
Hey, come get it.
All right.
Hey,
Jesse, thanks for coming in.
thanks for having me.
You get it, man?
Yep.
You get it?
Yep. Got it.
Yes.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
it.
that was so much fun.
That was a great episode.
Wow, you guys have such a cool operation going on.